Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Sunday. What better way to end the week than continuing our iconic, iconic flight series. Currently, this is the second episode, for those of you that missed the first, the pilot episode, pardon the pun, where we departed up on the border near Canada, and we ended up here in Bangor. We're going to take off and we're going to continue down using nothing but visual references, and I've got Google Maps open at the side of me. That's the only thing I'm going to be using to help me follow the road and see what's around. We had really good fun last time. Fantastic. One thing I am going to double check just before I go any further is which server we are on. Yeah, we're on the North Europe server, so just make sure that that's set for anyone that wants to come and fly with us. Let's carry on. So great to see you guys here. Hello to the channel members. Hi Wayne, Chumi, Christian, and I've seen Hyacinth and Raspberry Music as well. Dark Fury is also here with us. Talia, Patrick, Pilot Patrick, hello to you as well, and Christian Stammer. Great to see you and have all you guys on board. So absolutely no real ops today. There's no real ops of any kind. It's completely about having fun. What a great way to end the week on a Sunday. Looking at that windsock behind me, that looks a little blustery. Christian, is that the meta you've just posted in the chat? What we got? 110 is only 10 knots. Oh, that's all right. 110 at 10. Overcat. We're going to be flying very low, aren't we? Below 1,800 feet. Tom on Facebook, you've been looking forward to this. Yeah, me too, to be honest with you. Me too. It is. It's just nice to kick back and do something completely different. Right, let me get in the flight deck then, and let's start her up. And we're going to be departing from our runway over here. Live weather. Let's see what she's got for us. You've still got time to grab yourself a beer or tea, whatever takes your fancy, and we'll be airborne pretty soon. Now let me get my Google Maps up. I'm going to need that today. As we take off, what I'm going to do is we're going to take off on the westerly runway. So I don't even know what that is. I don't have charts open, not for this flight. Basically, we're going to take off heading northwest, and then we'll spin her around and come back round to follow I-95. And if I just bring that here, so we're parked there, we're going to take off up here, we're going to bring her around on the right, loop round, pick up I-95, and off we go. Right, all looks good. Parking brakes off. And let's hope that the weather doesn't close in too much. I'm starting to see some sun actually, just breaking through those clouds. Rather than you grabbing a drink, don't leave without you. You can catch us up. You have no problem, I'm sure. And once again, a big thanks to Dark Fury for giving us the paint scheme livery for this aircraft. The channel livery. And I know we've got plenty of the channel members flying with us as well today, so thanks to you guys for hopping on board. Let's get some flaps out. Hyacinth is at runway 33, thank you. As I say, I've not even got no charts open. Don't need charts for this flight. I saved those for the real ops flight. This is my chance to unwind as well as it is as yours before starting back at work tomorrow. Although we should have a long haul flight tomorrow for you as well. And Tridweeden, even if you don't depart here at Bangor, there's going to be plenty of airports en route. There's an airport every 5 miles, isn't there, in the USA? Quite right, runway 33. Thanks for that, Hyacinth. So we'll roll straight onto runway 33, get her airborne, and then we'll enjoy some sights. Okay, let's apply a takeoff power, full power, and up we go. Yeah, Christian, tailwind. We noticed that with the tail sock earlier, didn't we? 33 with a tailwind, that'll get us up nice and easy. Pushing us along. So a little bit bumpy, and we are airborne. Up we go. Tom on Facebook, would it be possible to fly the long haul with us tomorrow? So, with respects to that, the details of the flights are posted in advance to our VIP channel members section on Discord. And then we can see a nice line of lights all departing behind us. So let's get spun around, and we'll see where we're headed. Funnily enough, when I loaded into this airport, it said it was a handcrafted airport. Didn't look too handcrafted to me. I don't know. I've never been here in real life. It might just be as bland as that in real life. Sorry to anybody who lives in Bangor, by the way. One real strong boy. Hello. I have to trim this aircraft out. Once we get going, I love this bit when we all come in for land and we all depart. It's like a Dam Busters raid. We can see the rain in the distance behind there. We may run into some of that today. We'll see how we get on. So we're now coming back around, and the Interstate 95, which we're following, runs pretty much straight after the threshold. In fact, we can see it just down here. So there's I-95, which we're going to pick up. So I don't want to go too high, of course. The whole point of these streams is low and slow. Devinda, oh, thank you so much, Devinda, for that donation. And Devinda says, thanks for the great videos, helpful info, and building a great community. Have a cold beer on me. Devinda, I will. Thank you so much for your support there. Really, really kind of you. So there is Interstate I-95. So what I'm going to do in a minute, once we've just picked this up, I'm going to just head back into the cockpit so I can trim the airport out. You guys have obviously got the little banner at the top, haven't you, that you can see, my overlay, which shows the altitude and VS speed. I can't see that out here, and I didn't want to put the instruments on the panel on the outside just because it kind of ruins the immersion a little bit. So there I can see a quarry of some description. And opposite that is Portland Air Freight officers down here. That quarry actually looks quite highly rendered to say how low down we're flying. So that's quite nice. Alright, so there's I-95 picked up. Let me just jump inside the flight deck and trim this aircraft out, so I don't have to fly quite so much with the stick. And we can see in front of us, look at that, you see the rain? We're going to get wet. GD, a couple of days ago you had to go fly the world's shortest scheduled passenger service, took you 2 minutes. That's the one up in Scotland, isn't it, on the beach? The name of the actual airport, etc. escapes me, but yes, I know where you mean. Somewhere is Speedway 95. Have we just missed that? Oh, there it is. There you go, Speedway 95. And I love the fact that everything's just all here. And I think if I had this game only on the Xbox and nothing else, this is how I spend my time flying. I couldn't do airliner flying on an Xbox, but I could do this. I've also know when the fly-by-wire will arrive in the marketplace. I'm afraid I don't. So I'm afraid I don't. Just again trimming that aircraft out ever so slightly. So this is Hammond Pond that you can see ahead of us. Mad Pilot 01, if your flight plan, operation flight plan looks different, no, it's not this free version. You're probably not using the EasyJet operational flight plan layout. That's probably the reason for it. You can set that on SimBrief, top right hand side, when you're creating all your information. That's all it will be. So you'll have to set that you want to use the EasyJet layout. So there is the main rest area, northbound. There's probably a little diner or something in there, isn't there? Let's go and grab some food. Just check this weather out ahead of us. Oh yeah, a little bit of rain, but shouldn't scupper our visuals too much. Treatment, which airport should you spawn in? Honestly, I've no idea. I don't know America at all, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do something like this, because I'm learning as I go. For instance, this is now North Newborough. This little area, this village here, there doesn't look very much to it, does there? But there's a travel stop, and that's about as much as I can tell you. There you go, there's the travel stop. Even the tiniest little businesses and buildings are all shown. So this is now part of the route where we're, instead of heading southbound, we start to head northwest, which is going in completely the wrong direction down to Miami. But it's just the way that the route has been built, has been flown. And we can see a nice double rainbow there as we're flying through these rain clouds. Oh, look at that. With the guys behind us flying through this as well. If you are on live weather, one of the things I like about that is everybody is seeing the exact same weather I am. So if you are flying alongside us today on live weather, then this is what you're going to see. So if we are going to end up with all this rain, as Danny has just said, we may need to go a little bit lower. So let's just get back in the flight deck, because that's not too much VFR wise, is it? So let's just get out of these rain clouds. The weather at the moment on the eastern seaboard of the USA isn't that great, is it? Really? Thankfully, I don't think we're going to get too far into areas such as New York, where the weather really isn't great, from what I saw earlier on. One real strong boy. Tips for VATSIM. Fly a route that you're 100% familiar with, and write everything down if you're not 100% happy. And don't be afraid to ask. There's also a video on the channel as well about how to practice flying on VATSIM, which is quite useful, I know, for quite a few people. Let's trim that out, and we'll hold an altitude there. There we go. That looks okay. I don't want to spend my time in the flight deck. I want to show you the outside world. If the weather does become too bad, I do like to do these on live weather. But if the weather does become a factor and too bad, we could just choose a preset. I love the fact that they've got these massive busy junctions, but they hardly go anywhere. This crosses road number 143 and road 69. I'm calling them roads because I don't actually know their official designations. Surab on Facebook, are the ground textures blurry? No, they're quite nice and sharp. You have to remember that the ground textures are based upon whatever resolution of the satellite imagery is available. So they may be better in some parts of the world than others, for example. So I-95 at the moment, the area that we're flying through now, doesn't have too much about it. And that's okay. We don't care that we're now just flying long routes with very little settlements, if any, for the next few miles. The next place we hit is a place called Newport, and that'll be in just a couple of minutes. So a couple of you there are saying that you actually quite like all the mist and rain. It's certainly different, isn't it? But particularly, look at that. And you can see actually from inside the flight deck. This isn't a flight deck, this is a cockpit. My Airbus terminology coming through. You can see that it's splattering with rain and precipitation. But I promise you, you're not missing anything in terms of visuals, because there's nothing here right now. But Newport is coming up, and I can see that there is a Southwest Grill restaurant. There's also a Walmart Supercenter. So, anyone that needs some late Sunday night shopping. GD, go to the view from the cockpit. It looks like a view from your living room. You live in a flat 100 meters up. Yeah, I bet there's not that much to see there, is there? Right, so that I believe this is Hasty Corner. It's around there, and that rainbow has become really intense, hasn't it? There we can see the sun breaking through. Newport now, not looking too far away, and it's bordered by Sebasticook Lake, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure we're going to see. Alright, so there's Hasty Corner, just there, being bordered by these magnificent rainbows. So Hasty Corner is just there. Not quite sure what that is. That looks like a caravan park on the map, I think. And Newport is now just coming up. The weather might clear as we go on. Flight Sim 123, this is a group flight. We're on the North Europe server. Anyone can join. Here is Newport. Where's Walmart? There's Walmart. The Walmart Supercenter. Just there. So anyone that lives in Newport will give you a quick wave. Hello. And there you can actually just see the tip of Sebasticook Lake. Looks quite busy, doesn't it, down there? So that's Walmart directly beneath us, and now we start breaking a left turn. Will we land at some airports? Well, definitely at the end of the stream. En route, of course. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. We don't really... we kind of just fly as we go on a Sunday night. It's what makes it quite evening. Christian, south of us is Little Detroit, is it? Little Detroit, is that opposed to the big Detroit? We're going to be nowhere near Detroit. This weather's getting worse. However, once again, we're now into part of I-95 which is just surrounded by forestry. There is nothing here now. See this little cut in the tree line beneath us? That's interesting to see, because for those of you following on Google Maps as well, you will note that that is indeed there. Don't know what that's for. I don't know whether it's a power line dwelling. Those rainbows still knocking about. Oh yeah. Look at all the lights behind me. I'm just buffering ever so slightly with all the lights behind us. It's going to be very easy in this mist to lose sight of I-95, isn't it? So the next place we're coming up on is Pittsfield. So Pittsfield is our next, I was going to say village. It looks a little bit bigger than a village to me. And Sebasticook River flows through here. And there it is. You can just see it. It now bends round to the left. And we will be bordering the JW Parks golf course in a second. There it is. We can see the bunkers. I said it looks more like IFR than VFR. Yeah, quite right. So I did want to do this on live weather, except it may be spoiling our fun a little bit. Although I know a few of you have said you quite like the mist. It looks authentic. So there's our main junction. And if we went here, then that is the town of Maine. No, it isn't. It's the town of Pittsfield. There's also Pittsfield Municipal Airport as well, just over there to our left, which again the poor weather is probably preventing us from seeing, sadly. Tom B, oh, is that line to prevent forest fires from spreading? That makes good sense. Yeah, so they've been obviously cut deliberately. Didn't know if there were power lines cut through those or not. But yeah, that does make good sense. So guys, with regards to the weather, what would you have us do? Do you want us to continue in live weather or not? Interested in what you guys think about that. So I'll tell you what, let's take a quick unscientific vote. If you want live weather, just type into the chat live. If you prefer some clear weather, just type in clear for me. As I say, I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Live or clear? Let me know what you think. Christian, continue at 1,000 feet. Yeah, that's where we are at the minute, isn't it? About 1,000 feet up, racing the cars down below. It is going to make landing at an airport at some point near the end of the stream interesting. I've seen 2 votes for clear so far. Everybody else is going with live. 3 votes for clear. Everyone else is going for live so far. I think the lives is winning. Guarantee you're not really missing anything now at the moment, because we're still surrounded by forestry. Chewy, you're at 500 feet and it's good where you are. 500 feet. Air Trooper 7, good evening. Starting to clear a little bit, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Breaking out of those clouds, and it's just forestry as far as the eye can see. Rainbows in the community behind us. How wonderful. I can even see the sun now starting to reflect off the wings, so we can't be too far. The sun's shining nicely. However, looking up ahead, that looks rather messy, doesn't it? So, as we approach this next rain cloud, where's our next port of call? We have a intersection coming up, which if we went left would take us to the village of Clinton. I don't think we've missed that just yet. Who's trying to land on I-95? Talia, is that you? Blue sky! See, this is why I want live weather. It's much more exciting when we see a break in the clouds. Christian Waterville's coming up. How suitable. Right, so is that... Yeah, over there. That is Clinton. And Tim Hortons, whatever that is. Is that a brand? I've no idea. I don't live in America. Air Trooper 37, I'm absolutely fine now. It's the rest of the family we need to worry about. Dark, we are on Lifetime. Aviation Life, good afternoon. Talia, the engine stopped because she hit a tree. Alright, we're going to be crossing the, what's that called? The Kennebec River pretty soon. And then the Kennebec River leads to Fairfield. How many towns, villages, settlements across the USA are called something like Fairfield? Talia, is it a Canadian donut shop? Check. Canadian? We're in the USA. That said, I've got a Dunkin' Donuts less than 5 minutes from me. Now, this is a place we need to visit. In the town of Fairfield, there is the Purple Cow, House of Pancakes. My 6-year-old will be all over that. So here it is. This is the Kennebec River. And the town of Fairfield. As we follow I-95 down, coming up on our left in a moment is the Kennebec Valley Community College. So that should hopefully be rendered. Donuts are indeed fattening, yeah, but don't they taste nice? We've also got Irving Oil just here on our right, so there's Irving Oil on the right and the Community College just down there on the left. we're going to have to keep flying until we come across some good weather so we can land. Oh, another Walmart is coming up. Right, okay, we've got a right-hand bend in a moment, and we should have a big Walmart on the left-hand side. And this is Waterville coming up now. So Waterville is dead ahead, not that you can see it. So, not far into the flight, and we've already passed 2 Walmart supercenters. And there it is. They're almost as common as airports. Terrain's coming up a little bit just there, isn't it? It's not all one level. Need to be aware of that. Colby College is coming up in a moment. I love that. I love being able to see when you've got football fields or soccer fields, baseball parks, etc. They're all there. I think they've been done really well in the simulator. Fantastic for VFR flying if you're following a map. Okay, anyone wanted to join us? We're about to pass next to Lafleur Airport. I have no idea what the ICAO code of that is, by the way. But Lafleur Airport is coming up on our left. We should be able to see that in a second, actually. Oh, now, this is a place coming up. Sweet Dirt Recreational Marijuana Dispensary. Only in America. And we can just see that airport over here. Might just do a quick flyby for anyone that wants to join us. Spawn in just here. Lafleur Airport. Now, where was that marijuana dispensary? Lafleur. I'm just going to make another circle over here. And then we'll go back on the I-95. And we're on North Europe. The North Europe server. Cholty, good evening. How the devil are you, sir? Oh, I could have done with drugs these last few days. I really could. Pilot Pat, thank you for that. Kilo Whiskey, Victor Lima. So we've done a circle there of Lafleur Airport. And we're back on the I-95. Clouds breaking a little bit now, that's quite nice. Beautiful. Nice and clear. And I think that live weather, that mist, gives you an appreciation for how good the graphics are. Because when we come out of that, look how clean and sharp, crisp and green everything now appears. Now the winds have changed a little bit. Let me just set that trim so I'm not having to fly manually anymore, so to speak. I am flying manually. There's no autopilot being used in this aircraft by me today. It's all been hand flown. Tridween, you're on turn the autopilot off. Do what I'm doing. Fly manually. If I can fly manually, stream and read Google Maps at the same time, I'm sure you can do it. Not sure what my nav wants set to, but it's picking up a VOR. Marek751, hello, good to see you. Oh, maybe that's a little respite of the bad weather for a while. It's all gone. Rise of Music, you didn't realise marijuana was legal in Maine. Maybe that's your next vacation sorted. It's amazing what you learn on these streams, isn't it? Oh, this is nice. There's a pond coming up. There you go. See that? The name of this little lake here is called Lily Pond. Lily Pond. Rob Trump, you are quite welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Air Trooper 37, you have a CTD on the experimental. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Pike Industries then, I believe, operate this quarry that we can see. And apparently this is it exit 32? I'm only going because of some of the names by some of the businesses around here. Michael Jones is legal in almost every state now. Wow. Wonder how long it will be then before the UK follows suit. Darren, can you join Raslovan? Hell, we'll all go. EasyJet Sim Pilot Community on tour. Right, there comes the rain and misty weather coming back in again. I think that's Gough Brook that I can just see glistening away in the sunlight down there. Trinity, what's our nearest city? Good question. I'm literally using the using Google Maps at the side of me. You can see this river here. That's the Kennebec River that we can see. I love the fact that I've had a rainbow up my backside for the duration of this flight so far. Christian, so many people today. I've not actually looked behind me. Oh, I wonder if the weather's going to break as we head out over here. Down in the nearest city is Crewe, yeah. PC Simple, I've not had a problem at all with the experimental version. And I'll be flying it tomorrow on the long haul. So I guess that will be a huge test of its abilities. It's quite a neat long haul as well that I've got planned for tomorrow. Chalty, the wife is building an electronic self-watering plant pot. What on earth is one of them? Sounds impressive. Hyacinth, no, I would not go on VATSIM if I'd only got a keyboard and a mouse to fly. I'm afraid that's just asking for trouble, really. Now, is this the Alphen Centre for Health Hospital that I can see beneath us? I believe it is. So we're coming up on... I have no idea what this place is called. North Augusta. North Augusta. And it looks like the weather is going to give us a break. How nice. Look at that. Oh, there you go. They're the views that we've all been craving. And now this is rather poignant. Beneath us right now, just here that you can see, is the Central Maine Veterans Memorial Cemetery. Look at that. All rendered in very high quality as well. So the weather is now playing nice, and from what I can see here, it's going to be lovely all the way. Anyone that wants to spawn in, there is Augusta State Airport. Told you there'd be plenty of airport opportunities for people who wanted to join us. Augusta State Airport. So if anyone does want to join Augusta State Airport, North Europe server. Obi-Wan, is there a way to see your position on Google Maps just like Navigraph? No, well, not that I'm aware of. I'm literally just... The scenery is that good in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm literally looking at the simulator, looking at the map on my second screen, and I know exactly where I am. It really is amazing. If you'd have told me 20 years ago when Flight Sim 95 came out that I'd be able to do this. Or even Flight Sim 2000, I wouldn't have believed you. Wonder how far that river goes, the Kennebec River. Air Trooper 37 will drop down for a wee. If anyone needs the toilet, there's a lake right there. Just go land next to it. Howling Crazy, can you ask a question about the 320? Yes, of course you can. So we're now coming out of Augusta. And there you go, look at the details of that, sort of like these little private dwellings, they're all there. Michael Jones, that's a really, that's really interesting. Stephen King lives in Bangor. Well, that's where we departed from. Farmingdale Self-Storage, I believe, is around there. Again, look at that little baseball pitch. Stadium and track. And down we go again, and you can see these forestry lines, which I've learned today thanks to you guys. I forgot who it was that provided with that. These little cuts to prevent forest fires. The scenery really is stunning. Is the fly-by-wire mod broken for autopilot? No, not at all. So it sounds like there's a setup wrong, or something is conflicting with it. Right, so obviously Interstate 95 is the one we're following, but it breaks off just here. And I think this is the first interstate that I've seen spurn off from this, and I-295 breaks off just here. We're obviously continuing with I-95 for our tour. But yeah, there it is. And there's the West Gardner Service Plaza, or I guess what we'd call here in the UK the service station. Howling Crazy, no problem. So where does Interstate 295 end up taking you? No, I have no idea. And Lucas has been a member now for 5 months. Wow, thanks so much to Lucas for his continued support. I am really glad that weather's cleared up. Right, I'm going to try and pronounce the name of this river that you can see. The Cobbs Conti Stream. Cobbs Conti Stream. Now, the spelling of that is C-O-B-B-O-S-S-E-C-O-N-T-E-E. Why does that make me think of Mississippi? M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-I. J-Hog, good evening. Rob, you've just taken the words straight out of my mouth. The level of detail is amazing, but not just that, it is the level of accuracy. It truly is stunning, isn't it? Look at the sun reflecting off that water. That never fails to amaze me. I think that's one of the most amazing things about the simulator. The water textures and reflection. And Rob, you live in one of the 3D rendered cities, and your house in the Sims just is in real life. Fantastic stuff. That's just beautiful, isn't it? Dr. Magic, you're on holiday. Good evening. Sneaky watching the stream while on holiday. Well, you're seeing the best bit. We've flown through some rain. We kept live weather on. But we did fly through some rain. And if you look in the background, you can just see plenty of pilots flying with us tonight. Really great to have them all on board. And there we've got traffic beneath us, which is nice to see. Gaming Ben, thank you so much for your donation there. Gaming Ben says, congratulations on the 15,000. Thank you so much. Great community driven by great content. Hope it keeps going strong well into the future. Ben, that's very, very kind of you. Great to see you as well. And thank you so much for your support, Ben. Really, really kind of you. Nick, good evening. You're coming in now. Great stuff. I have no idea where we are. Get yourself on the North server, and we'll let you know where to go. In fact, if I just zoom out, where's the next area that we're going to see? There's a place called Sabatus coming up, although I'm not quite sure how far away that is. We're now in a bit of an area where there's very little, to be honest with you. I've actually lost my bearings with respects to Google Maps because it's just forest after forest at the moment. In fact, we're around an area which is called Litchfield Plains. There's lots of nothingness. In fact, I think that's pretty much where we are. We're at Litchfield Plains. Black Crow Bakery and Billy's Bottle Farm is just there, I believe. Look how green those textures are. It's really nice. Oh, Nick, you've got me in dark on the map, haven't you? Ah, that's cheating. I forgot about that. Air Trooper, you're very kind, thank you. And if you are new to the channel this evening, then please do give the stream a like. Helps other people find the channel, helps the channel grow, and of course you can hit the subscribe button. If you do, don't forget to turn on the notifications bell as well. Thanks to Gareth for subscribing, and Giuseppe as well, and to Rocky on Facebook for liking the stream. So I'm just having a look at where we are now. I believe this is now called the Main Turnpike. Is it? Unless I'm reading that wrong. Again, I'm just trying to work out whereabouts we are. J-Hug, where are we landing next? I have no idea, but if I can work out where we are, I'll let you know. So I think this is Drinkwater Corner coming up. Yeah, this is Drinkwater Corner just there. That lake is Sabatus Pond. From what I can see on the map, I can't see any airports around, which is interesting. There's usually airports all over the place, isn't there? All over America, but we're not in a very populated area. But there has to be one coming up, because we're coming up to... what's this place called? We're coming up to a place called Lewiston. So Lewiston's very close to us. Air Trooper 37, the fact that you can get lost flying VFR, like I do regularly doing these streams, because I'm looking at other things as well, and then I can come back and work out where I am just by the satellite imagery on Google Maps here in the sim, is testament to how good it is, really. Oh, Pilot Pat, thanks so much for that. So anyone who wants to join us, Lewiston Airport, which is Kilo Lima Echo Whiskey, and that's coming up pretty soon. And then just do what I do, get Google Maps up and follow I-95 and you'll find us. So I believe this is Robinson Corner. This little settlement just here, nothing major about it. And then there's a right hand bend coming up here, and then we've got South Lewiston just there. What altitude are we at now? We're just losing a bit of altitude actually in a minute looking at that. Oh no, it's coming back up. We're just hitting thermals every so often. That's okay. Now the satellite imagery here has changed somewhat, hasn't it? It's definitely nowhere near as clean and crisp as it was. J-Hog, any aircraft you want, we're flying low and slow, so anything, maybe a Cessna 172 is a good shout. I'm in the Diamond DV20. Right, so Tractor Supply Company coming up just here on the right. I'm guessing that's here. Oh, I spy a McDonald's. There's the McDonald's. That's the McDonald's building. Just there. We can see that. That's quite neat. Someone needs to add the golden arches to all the McDonald's buildings. This is the Androscoggin River then that we're about to cross over. Oh, look at that. Is that salt deposits around the bend? And then we've got another Walmart distribution centre. And that is just there. Walmart really is everywhere in America, isn't it? North Europe server, J-Hog. North Europe server. Chubby, why don't we stop at McDonald's? It's tempting. Everyone likes McDonald's, right? What's that? A little dead-end roundabout there. Maybe that's a little roundabout for Americans to practice driving on roundabouts. Okay, so we're now coming up to Danville Corner, I believe it is. We've got quite a few businesses around here. Hotel called Sleepy Time. Gissing North America, whatever that is. International Paper is this building just here. And some of those low-level clouds are starting to come back as well. Gaming Ben, they should use the sim to teach geography. That's a good idea. It's the kids will probably really go for it as well in school. What a way to learn. What a way to learn indeed. I think it'd be a great way to teach map reading, because that's essentially all we're doing here, isn't it? You'll notice on purpose I'm not using a VFR map. And as Gaming Ben says, it's just amazing that you can see all this detail over huge areas of the Earth. Well, of course, this is just the first series of these iconic routes, flights that we're doing. We're very early in. It's going to take us many weeks to get all the way down to Miami to reach the end of I-95, but there's so many we can do. Things like Route 66, but I didn't want to plump for that one straight off just because it may have been a little bit on the nose. Chubby, that is a good point. How many schools would actually be able to run Microsoft Flight Simulator? Right, I might have to drop low again, just because it's getting a little bit misty. There we go. Just drop down ever so slightly, and things clean up. So that was New Gloucester Fairgrounds that you just saw. Out there behind my wing, that sort of circular looking track. The Royal River is just beneath us. I think we may have just passed that actually. Another pond called Lily Pond. So inventive. Strong boy, Microsoft Flight Sim on a Chromebook. I have seen it done. Now, apparently this is a toll road. Well, according to Google Maps, not that I'm saying it's wrong, but I-95 here is called the Main Turnpike, but it's a toll road. So presumably there are toll booths every so often. Country Auto Repair Services. So if anyone's got a problem with their aircraft, just drop down here. They'll sort it for you. Now, there's a great looking area coming up. There's a toll plaza and some fantastic stripes in farmers' fields. Are they there? They are. Just here. So here's a toll plaza. Just there. And we were just talking about it being a toll road. There's the plaza, and it's actually there. That's amazing. Even the toll plazas are there. Rise the Wind, you've accidentally bumped your power strip and you shut down. Oh no. Where are we now? Good question. Good question. Oh, Maine Wildlife Park. If you can find Maine Wildlife Park, that is Just here. Let's have a quick bank over there, shall we? Crystal Lake is the name of this little lake. Maine Wildlife Park is apparently this area here. I bet there's no animals. But there's Maine Wildlife Park. There is Crystal Lake. That sun is beautiful. Matthew, the I-95 is a toll road from the NH border to Gardner. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you for that. Hey, the rainbows are back. There's I-95 down there. Let's pick that back up again. Of course, we're spending lots of time outside the flight deck. You forget how good the rendering of things like the sun, the shadows and that of the flight deck actually is. Oh, now this weather has just closed in again, hasn't it? So how nasty is that going to be? Have to get down low enough, obviously, to see those sites, see the road that we're following, but also avoid any terrain. How that weather has just closed in so quickly. Oh, there's another McDonald's. Where are you? That's over here somewhere. I think there's the McDonald's. That's the United States Postal Service down there. Perhaps we could pick some mail up and transport it for them. Christian, indeed, back into the rain it goes. Although I've got sun again now, to my right, hence the rainbow on the left. So we've actually got settlements all the way down here. We're now coming up to a place called South Grey, which is quite ironic given the weather. And just keeping an eye on where we are. Okay, so we've got Forest Lake just coming up out of the mist that you can see. Grey Service Plaza. Sunshine is coming back, that's nice. And this is West Cumberland. I'm very surprised, unless I've just been focusing quite narrowly on the map because I'm just following I-95, that I'm not seeing more airports, little rural airstrips. Oh, Matthew, thank you. You just taken the words out of my mouth, really. Nearest airport to us now is Kilo Papa Whiskey Mike. J-Hog, we passed that ages ago, mate. Get yourself to the next one. Right, so there's the Cumberland Service Plaza down there. There's the Chinese Gospel Church, Portland. Over there somewhere. Rise them with music, you're going to take off from floats, with floats from Forest Lake. That's a great idea. That actually is a great idea. Certainly been plenty of lakes around as we've been travelling down. So just using all these little bridges here to navigate and work out where we are exactly. So again, we're not missing anything for a little while as we're surrounded by forestry for a little bit. And that rainbow, as you can see, is following us nicely for a little while. Just going to go a little bit lower down just so we can try and get a slightly clearer view. That looks like a bit of a pothole, doesn't it, on that road? That's going to do some damage to your wheels. J-Hog, no, we've not passed Portland. Scott, you're also watching on the Twitch app. Ah, okay. I wonder if that weather's going to clear for us at all again. Looks a bit grey, doesn't it? So I've taken my eyes off the ball on the map here. I'm looking for some more landmarks to see if I can work out where we are. I'm just looking, the terrain ahead seems to be less than flat for the first time in a while. Right, there's a rather decent sized intersection coming up just there. Oh, there we are. Right, I see where we are. So that intersection is well, I can't actually see what it's called, the area, but I know where we are now. There's the Hannaford supermarket down there. Looks quite idyllic when surrounded by a rainbow, doesn't it? Christian, can I see where I am on Google Maps? No, I can't. I have no idea. I'm literally using the beautiful detail of the scenery in the simulator to work out where we are, which is getting more and more difficult as this fog bank rolls in. Now, we're coming up to Portland. Anyone wants to join us? Portland is your airport to aim for. I forgot the ICAO code to Portland. It's something like PTX. But Portland International Airport. Now, it's a shame if the weather's not going to be great here, because there's a lot of information to see as we come through here, hitting places like Rivington first of all. So I'd imagine the scenery here is actually really rather neat, but it's raining. But I love the way that you can see it just coming out of the mist in the distance. Yep, we are on live weather and live time. Michael, is that Portland's? Thank you. So it's Papa Whiskey Mike. Although if you are on live weather and trying to find us, good luck. Oh, is PDX Portland, Oregon? That's where I've got that from. Thank you. Yes, I think, of course, in real life there's quite a storm coming in at this point, isn't it? So maybe it's time, for the sake of the stream, to sadly turn off live weather. I wanted to see live weather all the way through, but I don't think this weather is going to improve anytime soon, because I think the weather now all the way down is pretty much like this, and that doesn't make for great viewing, does it? There is Portland International Airport, so we're just over the threshold. So I'm going to make a right bank here. I'm going to fly over Portland International Airport for anyone that wants to join us. And we'll do a circle. Sure, there's some severe turbulence at 400 feet. That'll be the cars on the highway. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do to make things look a little bit nicer, because the weather is just pants now. We're stuck with it for as long as we dare. I'm going to change live weather. We're going to come off live weather, and I'm going to use, what preset should we use? Oh wow, that looks different. Let's go with a few clouds. There we go. Ah, and there's Portland International Airport for anyone that wants to join us. I'm going to swing a left, and we're going to continue. What happens to the road there? Is that J-Hog by any chance sat on runway 29 just waiting to take off? He's been sat there for ages. Okay, so runway 29 flying over, and then we're going to pick up I-95 again. Slogan, yeah, if I'd have kept live weather on, we'd have got battered, so we've had to turn that off. And here it is, there is I-95, let's continue. And there is the main mall. Matthew, so that airport is your home airport, nice and small but great for plane spotting. Yeah, good stuff. The main mall. That looks huge. So many different places around here. And we leave Portland now. Once again, look at that long straight line of a road, masked by trees either side of it. Pockway, we are on the North Europe server. North Europe. So yeah, shame we couldn't stick with live weather, but we wouldn't get much of a show, I don't think, if we did. The Gateway shops at Scarborough. That's a different Scarborough to the Scarborough I know and love. Down there. That actually looks really rather nice. To say we're on a weather preset. GD, I don't think you can fly under the bridges. I'm not sure. Some of them are just solid objects, aren't they? You end up just smashing straight into them. J-Hog, the heading is take off from runway 29, turn left, follow the highway. You'll find us all. Chewy, as if that road was a free car wash. Just looking, it looks like a racetrack somewhere. I don't know if we passed it. Oh, there it is. Over there. Florey's Family Fish Incorporated. Just here. For those of you that like fishing. Or fish breeding, no doubt. James, are we going back to live weather for the landing? That might not be advisable. Not given the state of the live weather at the moment. LG Lambs, your grandparents live near Scarborough. Which one? The one we've just passed? Or the one here in the UK? Scott, the stream looks good on Twitch, but the chat room, the chat doesn't come across. No. I think most people watch here on YouTube, don't they? Christian, I could turn the weather to snow and put Christmas music on. One real strong boy, the live weather in a cub is a misery. Matthew, that's Scarborough Downs. It's actually a horse racing track. See, I love it when we've got local knowledge from somebody here in the stream. Right, I think this white building you can see coming up here is FedEx ground. Anyone got some FedEx parcels to collect? You can land there, pick those up. Luke's Lobster Seafood also coming up on the left just behind it. And this general area is called Bidford, I believe. So quite built up here to the left of us as we're looking, and then most of the residential sites to the right hand side of the highway. Ryan E, good evening. Hyacinth, you managed to fly under a bridge. Ah, well done. I'm scouring Google Maps again for a McDonald's. Large chocolate milkshake with 6 chicken nuggets, please. XL Sports World is the building that we're flying over just now. We should get sponsorship from companies for pointing all this out, shouldn't we? And then the river that we're about to pass that you can see is the Saco River. And rather imaginatively, this bridge is called the Saco River Bridge. Christian, do I have enough fuel? That is a very good point. I've loaded her up full. See how we're doing actually. Oh yeah, we're going to use half a tank. We're good. Yes, so that's Bidford all to the left of us. Bidford Park and Ride. Oh, another Walmart centre. Where's that? There it is. There's the Walmart centre again. What's that now? Is that 3, 4? Don't forget Home Depot as well, which is just straight ahead of us on the right. Matthew, in Maine you call it the Soccer River. The Soccer River. I think that's my Yorkshireness in England just coming through. We just say what we see. Scott, you'll be more than welcome to join us next week. At least we're keeping you entertained whilst you do some work tonight. J-Hog, yes, we're heading southwest. Heading southwest. And now we've just got more and more trees. Now a little town coming up, which I'm going to guess is called Arundel, because Arundel Town Hall is on the map in front of us. Christian, we're already 1.5 hours into the flight. It's felt like 10 minutes. That's a sign of a good thing, isn't it? Talia, you call them Home Depot and Wally World. What do you call Walmart? Mildred L. Day School down there, and then the town hall. That's a very small town, but I'm guessing that's the town hall, isn't it? That little building there. Makes sense. Okay, so I can see what looks like a big rest area interchange coming up. The Kenbuck Service Plaza. So I'm guessing this area coming up is called Kenbuck. We've got West Kenbuck. Does that mean there's an East Kenbuck as well? There's also a veterinary hospital. Judy, your ex would say you're from the wrong side of the Pennines. I'd say you made a good choice making her your ex. Darren, haha, classic. That's what you call Walmart. Asda. God, that rest area looks huge. Dark, you've had to go to autopilot. You lost feeling in your hand manually flying the caravan. I'm still manually flying. I'm just making sure I'm trimmed and just occasionally a slight left or right to keep us on track. Right, so if we zoom out, you can, for the first time since we started the trip, see the Atlantic Ocean. Now, we said that this takes us all the way down the eastern seaboard. It does, but that is the first time the Atlantic Ocean has come into view in this series. So that's quite nice. Jayhog, no, that's right. That's the North Europe server. The Romans could have built these roads, couldn't they? They're just completely long and straight for the majority of them. Granted, it's a highway and you don't tend to get bendy ones. Although whenever I'm travelling down the M1 here in the UK, it never seems to be in a straight line for very long. Skull, have I ever travelled to the US? Yes, but only as far as New York. I've done New York a couple of times, and whilst I was there, went to visit friends in Pennsylvania. Went up to New Jersey as well. Oh, Chris, it was Poland. Was the Atlantic near Poland? Ah, I think at that point we'd still got naff weather on, or I had. So I wasn't really looking. Now, this is Shorewell's Distribution Centre and UPS Customer Services. Make your complaints there for anyone that has a lost parcel. And if we look over here, we can see the Seaview West Resort RV Park and Campground. But there's a steakhouse not far away, so that sounds good. Okay, we're going to break off, and I'm going to head down the shoreline just for a little bit. We can come back to I-95, but I do think the shorelines in Microsoft Flight Simulator look great. So we're just flying over the Seaview West Resort now. And we're going to head out Once again, I've found another McDonald's. And this area here is the Wells National Estuarine Research Centre. And I think that looks beautiful. One of my most favourite views in the world is just watching the sea waves rolling. And I keep thinking one day I'd love to just have a house by the beach. No, not, well, yeah, by the beach, but it's got to have a sea view. I could spend hours just sat on the beach or overlooking the beach watching the waves rolling. I guess it's a sense of adventure, isn't it? Perhaps that's why I liked the film Castaway so much. So we can see I-95 still cutting through the landscape. What's the black thing in the sea on our left? Oh, that. No idea. You'd have to go to Bing Maps to find out. Matthew says, unfortunately, the Atlantic is just so bitter cold up here. Yeah, that's pretty much like it is all around the UK. And there is the main beach parking area. And do you know what? It's even got the cars there, hasn't it? That is stunning. Tridwin, how long is it till Miami? Oh, about 15 weeks, I think. And there is the marina. And there's a place called Nothing Better Than Doing Nothing Clothes Shop on here somewhere. I'm going to repeat that again. Nothing better than doing nothing clothes shop. What a perfect name. Okay, so I'm going to brake back now and we'll start to track I-95 once more. But I'm presuming there's a golf club just beneath me. Yeah, the Cape Neddick County Club. Ironically, with a place called Bald Head to the south of it. Tridman, there'll be like 10 more episodes for the... Oh yeah, I mean... What are we averaging at the moment? Probably about 120 miles per episode, and the I-95 is just short of 2,000 miles. Matthew, you drove the I-95 to Orlando, Florida last month, and watching this is still amazing. Matthew, how long did that take you? Did you fly all the way from Maine? Sorry, drive all the way from Maine? That must have taken some time. Devinda, the trees look amazing. Indeed they do. Chubby, you've just hit Alt F4. What for? Treatment, I'm not sure which airport we're going to end at. Won't be too much longer. Okay, here's Chaser's Pond that we can just see, which is where we're picking it up, the I-95 again. And what we're going to do is we're going to fly down, and our stream today actually is going to end at Portsmouth International Airport. So that's where we shall be picking this up for the next episode. So Matthew, it was 2 full days, and yeah, you drove from Central Maine. Wow. Wow indeed. So that looks like another toll booth, is that right? Yeah, definitely a toll booth down there. Interesting that there's also a park and ride just here. York River is the river that you can see up ahead. Pete, you visited Portsmouth in 1987 on board the HMS Southampton. Wow. That's... well, obviously going back a bit, how much of it do you remember? That looks really stunning, doesn't it? That looks really nice. Look at all the little locks and docks and things. Not locks, but docks. Oh, Matthew! Oh, Matthew, thank you so much. Welcome to the First Officers Club, Matthew. Really appreciate the support from you, and your commentary today has been phenomenal. Having you on board has made this really entertaining and interesting. So thank you for that, Matthew. You'll have to catch us on our next streams, where normally we're doing real ops flights in the Airbus A320 for EasyJet. Although tomorrow, of course, is our long-haul flight where we step out of the EasyJet flight deck. So that'll be fun. Got a good flight lined up tomorrow for that one. And that takes place, well, most of the day tomorrow, given that it's a long-haul flight, usually about 4 hours. Thomas Jones, where am I right now? We're we're getting close to Portsmouth International Airport, and that's where we're going to be ending tonight's episode, tonight's stream. And Matthew, yeah, as Nick has just reminded me, if you have Discord, please do join our Discord server, where most of the members from the community are around. Now we can just see the airport in the distance as well. So this is the border then between Maine and New Hampshire. And you can see straight ahead of us is the Irving Oil Terminal. So if you guys want to get ahead of me and go and touch down at the airport, then obviously feel free. Just check what our altitude is actually, because as I say, I can't see it. 2,000 feet, that looks good. And I know, obviously, looking outside the window, outside flying in the spot plane view like this, looks amazing. I think it also looks fantastic here, right in the cockpit. That looks like a roundabout in the USA. Is that normal? There's actually a restaurant on it called the Roundabout Diner and Lounge. That's how that's how rare roundabouts are. They've named something after it. Dark Fury, you just said it. Yeah, you can tell the British were here. There's a big roundabout. Oh, Matthew, you love watching but of course, yes, you probably would miss the live feeds for live streams for those, because they normally take place during the daytime here in the UK, of course. Oh, but really glad that you managed to hook up with us tonight. And obviously, you've played a vital role in providing lots of great information. Local knowledge, always the key. Chalty, give it a few knocks on landing. You could fancy a trip to the USA. Yeah, come and repair our aircraft. Oh well, speaking of landing, I suppose I best start preparing for that. So I'm going to circle the airport a couple of times, let you guys land, and then we can spawn in. I'm not coming straight in here. I'm literally going to overfly the airfield first, lose some height, lose some speed. Wayne, we Brits have roundabouts to make the country seem bigger. That's an interesting take on it. GD, roundabouts are becoming more popular there in the USA. They finally realised they keep the traffic flowing. They do, except over here in the UK, what they've started doing is putting blooming traffic lights on them. Or worse, my pet peeve at roundabouts is a zebra crossing right on the exit. How dangerous is that? When you come to a larger international airport like this, you suddenly realise how small your aircraft is. Now I believe that's actually a college down there. I wonder if they run a flight school this close to the airport. Rico 87, good evening. So as I say, I'm just going to overfly the airport a little bit. I'm losing some speed. Bit of altitude as well. Watching all you guys come in and touch and land, you can have half the runway each. Oh, those traffic lights and such on a roundabout, they defeat the purpose. Yeah, exactly right. Oh, Matthew, we don't get accidents on roundabouts anymore because the amount of... That's why they kept putting traffic lights on them. Like, they do defeat the purpose, though. They're useless. How long is this runway? Or am I just used to the Airbus too much? It's going on for miles. I'll be able to land halfway down the runway and still stop with plenty of time. You found King. Imagine finding your actual house in this game. You can. You can. My house is on there. And I'm sure plenty of other people in the chat have also found their house. I think that's probably the first thing everyone did, isn't it, when this simulator first came out? Right, let's see if we can get her down. Roll to the end. God, it's windy. There we are. Oh, nice. I like that. What a way to make an entrance. This aircraft is as small as the taxi lights. Is that right? Oh, once again, what an absolutely fantastic community flight. Gaming Ben, yeah, nice little circle to land indeed. I might just go and park it next to the the stairs truck. Trooper 37, yeah, that's what I thought. There shouldn't be any wind. We'll plonk the aircraft somewhere. And then this is it. This is where episode 3 shall resume. Most likely next Sunday. Chalty, my apologies. I don't know what the landing rate was on that. I don't get to see them. Right, let's just park her up. We'll turn her off. Just here will do. I'll give it a harder landing next time, Chalty. I promise. Right, parking brakes. And we'll turn her off. Oh, guys. Guys. What another great flight. What another great way to spend a Sunday. Talia, was I just hovering? So here we are. Continuing our trip. We've ended today at Portsmouth International Airport. Thank you so much for everyone that's flown alongside us today. Thank you to everyone who was watching, and especially to those of you that have donated, contributed, and joined as channel members as well throughout the stream today. Hope you've all had a great weekend. I really do look forward to these flights now. What an amazing way, a happy way to end the week. Tomorrow it is Mileage Monday, long haul. We'll be back in the Airbus A320 with real ops. Good flight for you tomorrow, so hopefully see you on that one. Thanks so much, guys. I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Hope you've had a great weekend. Good night, guys. See you again.